Welcome to Bulldog TV. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Max. On this episode of Bulldog TV, we have an interview with Coach Rivers, information about ofrendas, and more.
Bulldog TV starts now. Coach Josh Rivers has been the wrestling coach at Springdale High School for 9 years. During that time as a coach, medals and titles have been awarded. However, the biggest win has been the impact on the Bulldog community. Miracle, Yalissa, and Alondra talked to him about the impact.
Down, they just think they are. Never little wanna be gangster trying to play hard. Down, they just think they are. Be gangster trying to play hard.
When I first got here, there was 11 kids on the wrestling team. After the first week of practices, we were down to 7 kids. And I was just going out, and I didn't really know a lot about the Marshallese at that time, but eventually we get to know them. You know, we're having a good time, and then they got their friends, and then all of a sudden we have, 70% of our team's Marshallese, and they're having success. And I think when their friends see that they're having success and they're having fun, and they're constantly, tell them, hey, come in, Coach Rivers, talk to him, talk to Coach Young. I think like that kind of picked them up to come in.
Ever since I first stepped a foot on this mat, Coach Rivers always saw potential in me, not as a wrestler, but as a person. And he always makes sure we act straight in class and when we go out to other matches. And he's like a father figure to us. We really don't know what we would do without him. He taught us how to be mature. He's teaching us not just to be a better person, but a better human being.
To go and experience like May Day events and be a part of the Marshallese community, like even when we have our banquet and stuff, like some of their cultures come out in that too. Getting to experience their graduation and some of those events, that brings that family culture. And so being able to experience that and experience taking and going and be a part of their culture and being accepted into, like, hey, we want Coach Rivers to come and be the coach for the Micronesian Games, like that's awesome to me. Like that tells me like we're doing a good thing. Like people want our kids, they want to be a part of us, and we want to be a part of them too. We've sent a couple kids to college now to go and wrestle. RJ Abon is finishing up his senior year at the University of the Ozarks. He just competed in the Oceania Games. He's going to compete in the Micronesian Olympics here in this next summer. And then we had Minshu Jang, that was the first Marshallese state champion to come through us. And, all of that said, like, they're seeing that they can go and compete and have a sport, and now we get to go represent the Marshall Islands, but we're also Springdale, so it's fun.
Thank you, Coach Rivers, for your dedication to Springdale High School and our Bulldogs. If you would like more information about wrestling, make sure to reach out to Coach Rivers or Coach Young.
The Bulldog Cafe will be open on Thursday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m., so make your way down to the 400s hallway and come get your favorite beverage. The different cultures at Springdale High School are made up of beautiful traditions. One of those traditions being ofrendas, Jesus, Tanisha, and Linda found out the elements which are displayed in ofrendas.
Pues tenemos 4 elementos: el elemento agua, el elemento tierra, el elemento fuego y el elemento aire. Como pueden ver aquí, tenemos el elemento agua representando esa jarra de agua que tenemos ahí, y también sal. El agua es para que el alma del muerto sacie su sed, y la sal es para purificación, para alejar todas las malas vibras. También tenemos el elemento fuego representando las velas, que son para iluminar el camino del alma, y también son los puntos cardinales. Y también, por último, tenemos el elemento tierra representando el pan de muerto. Tenemos churros, tenemos habichuelas y tenemos arroz para saciar el hambre del muerto.
Roberto Gómez Bolaños fue un actor, escritor, protagonista mexicano. Pues más que nada él es muy conocido por sus personajes como lo es el Chavo del Ocho, Chespirito, El Chapulín Colorado fue el programa número 1 en la televisión latinoamericana.
Ramón Valdés fue un actor y comediante mexicano, mayor reconocido por su papel en El Chavo del Ocho. No solamente hizo el papel en El Chavo del Ocho, sino en numerosas series, hizo 112 películas, 7 series, incluso tuvo un video musical e incluso tuvo un circo.
Una imagen de uno de los museos que se encuentra en Medellín, Colombia, y es el Museo Botero, y hay una plazoleta con todas las esculturas que él hizo a través de su vida, al igual que por dentro del edificio pues están las obras que él hizo en el transcurso de su vida. Este fue un cuadro que yo pinté, fue una reproducción de uno de los cuadros de Botero, lo pinté hace 17 años y fue una terapia para mí porque lo pinté después de un accidente que mi esposo Steven Scarebo tuvo hace 17 años, entonces lo pinté para ayudarme a relajar después de esa prueba tan grande que tuvimos. Y aquí tenemos algunas imágenes de algunos de los cuadros que Botero pintó también a través de su vida. Y este es un balcón paisa, le decimos en Colombia, una casita tradicional, y Botero pues venía de una familia pobre, era una familia muy humilde, pero pues poco a poco fue creciendo su fama y pues ya murió muy rico y muy famoso.
While ofrendas are very much a part of the Dia de los Muertos, they can be left up all year round to celebrate life of the loved ones that have passed on.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ridenauer. Can you tell us more about what CAP is?
Sure. So CAP is the process where students pick their classes for next year.
All right. How will CAP look different this year?
So there was with the LEARNS Act passed by Governor Sanders, there was an implementation in the law that said that every student in Arkansas has to have a student success plan. So basically what that is each student has to have a plan where they're looking ahead, they're planning their goals of classes they want to take, programs they want to be in, things that they want to accomplish whenever they're in high school, and things that they want to accomplish before they graduate, that will set them up for life and careers and jobs, and things after graduation. So the Student Success Plan is something that students start in 8th and 9th grade. It's something that they then work on every single year. So that's something that we're implementing into our CAP process. So another part of that process is it's a requirement for students, parents, and for the counselor to sign off on every student success plan. That's part of the law. So we have to make sure that your parents come in to conferences whenever we have those on March 12th and March 13th. So that your parents can come in, they can look over what you're planning to take, they can see the direction that you're taking, and then they can also give their approval. And then your counselor will be meeting with you. We're going to meet with every single student individually through their history classes, so that we can make sure that if you have any questions, we're answering those. We're making sure everything is getting planned out and put into the system, so that ultimately all of that, the student success plan is taken care of. But then whenever we come to school in August, there's not a ton of issues. Like, you don't have to change schedules. You don't have to, worry about being in classes that you don't want to be in. That a lot of that is taken care of right now. And we're doing that planning in February and March.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Mainly just make sure that your parents are involved in this process, and make sure that they come to our family night, our CAP conference nights on March 12th and 13th. And if you have questions, whenever you're doing the student success plan and the CAP planning, just to make sure to ask your advisor, or you can always email your counselor or stop by. We have open hours while you're at lunch, so you can always drop in and ask your counselor a question any day. If it's going to be a longer conversation, you may want to email them and say, hey, can you pull me out of class? Can we have this discussion?
All right. Well, thank you again, Mr. Ridenauer, for taking
thanks.
time to talk to us about CAP.
Yeah, thank you.
Imagine deciding about going to a different country, not only to learn about the different culture, but also attend high school. Miracle and Aaliyah sat down with one of our foreign exchange students, June, to learn about her story.
I'm Yana Tiplapkam, or you guys can call me June. There's a lot of different from education in Thailand, where I came from, and here. The student stays in one room and the teacher come in and out, and what I really like here is when I first came here, my host family take me to choose the classes. We don't have that in Thailand. The teacher is the one who chooses our classes, and we just gonna look at our schedule and sit there and study, but here we can choose like what we want to take. I think the advantages and disadvantages here is the people here, they're really nice. The teacher is super nice. One day I was, before the school starts, I come here for like, I'm not sure what it's called, but we kind of walk around the school, and my host family show me like the school and stuff. So we meet a lot of teacher, and teacher here is super nice. She also like remember my name even I don't have a class with her. And when the school starts, she just asks me like, "Oh June, how are you?" and like, "How is school?" like that. And I think the people here is super nice, but also like the disadvantages of me because I'm an exchange student and it's kind of hard to like find a friends. I didn't choose to be in this state or this town, but after they put me in here, and I'm trying to like walk around and see teacher and people here, they're super nice and super welcome.
That is pretty awesome, you know, being a foreign exchange student. Would you ever think about doing that?
Honestly, it sounds pretty awesome. I would totally do it.
Well, that's all the news we have for you today. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Max. Keep it classy, Bulldogs.